Today we're going to go over some basics of 3/16 tubing. This is a new installation for us this year, and we'll go over some of the basic fittings, the tools you might need, the approach for hanging your tubing, and then talk about the results as well. What we did is we pre-made drops over here, and the drops are really your spile or your tap. A line that's about 24 to 36 inches. Our recommendation would be on the high end, 36 inches, so you can reach all the way around to the back side of the tree. And then every year that you replace spiles, you can shorten this down a little bit and you'll still have a lot to go. And we pre-made it with these T's in here and these caps that you can put the spile into the cap and seal them up. We're using leader check valve spiles. There's a little ball in there that goes back and forth to prevent the sap from running back into the tree during the freeze cycle. So we pre-made these, and we did that using this two-handed tubing tool, okay, which you use to clamp tubing in these little jaws, and then you can put your fittings in between, okay, and then you just squeeze that shut. Kind of hard to do it with one hand, but and that's really nice, okay. And then when we hang the line, we're going to go back and cut the line using this cutting tool right here. That's part of the tool after you clamp it on, and that will keep your line from uncoiling and getting away from you when you're trying to put your drop in. Okay, so you take one of your drops, set the T in there, clamp the back shut, move to the next tree. Okay, and you want to do that after you've hung your whole line and you have it all nice and tight, and you've checked for downhill slope the whole way. You can go back, cut your drops in, and then you can go back and tap. Okay, or you could tap right after you cut your drop in. Depends upon how you want to approach it. Okay, for the end of the line, what we did was we used some 1/4 inch woven hollow core nylon rope, and we just kind of opened it up a little bit on the side and slipped the tubing inside the middle of it, just like a finger trap essentially. And that then you can pull this tight and pull your tubing tight at the end. Tie this off on a stake or a tree or someplace in your sugar house, wherever it might be, and that'll help you just slide this and pull your tubing nice and tight. On the very end, we used these 3/16 barbed fittings that have a 1/4 inch size for fitting into the push to fit quick connect fittings. And we did that because we were using a vacuum pump setup. We've got this manifold here, all with the 1/4 inch. This just slides, right in there. Okay, and you can isolate it or open it up. We did that for all these. We ran about 80 plus taps on this vacuum setup, and it's temperature controlled to keep it warm so it doesn't freeze up at night. It turns on when the temperature is outside, rise above freezing. We've got an entire video on this setup. This worked great. We averaged over 1 gallon per tap per day every day that we were above freezing, even without a freeze at night. It was awesome. And then we just pump right out of there through this tube over to our collection tank. Okay, but we're going to walk through the installation process now on the 3/16 tubing, how we strung it up and then cut in the drops, and we're ready to tap. Today we're installing 3/16 tubing. We've got an end hook here. You just wrap the line around the tree. This is a little cap for our spile. We're using the leader check valve spouts, and then that's your drop line. We're just going to walk our lateral and pull it tight all the way down the hill to our collection tank. Okay, today we're hanging 3/16 tubing line and cutting in the drops for our taps that we'll come back and tap later. We're going to show you, you want to zigzag your line downhill, keep it tight, going from tree to tree, as much vertical drop as you can get. And we're going to show you how we cut in drops using a two-handed tubing tool. Okay, we're cutting in our drop lines on our 3/16 tubing. We've got a two-handed tubing tool and pre-made drops. We're using check valve spiles and these little T's with the cup. That'll seal that up before we tap. We're going to show you the procedure for doing this. You're going to take your tube, your tool, clamp both sides, and you're going to use the cutting piece. Cut that, let it open up. Uh-oh. Get another one. You're going to put that T right inside there. Push it together, unlatch, and you're all set. Come back and tap later. Clamp, cut.
Cut.
And we're going to put this guy
Put it in there.
in here just a little bit. Push it together. All done.
Cool.
Let's go to the next one. Please be sure to like our video below and subscribe to our channel to see additional content regarding maple sugaring. Thank you.